Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Triple Double Nation. Today I'll be covering the top 10 NBA rookies through first half of 2021. Let's get into the video. Number 10, Saben Lee. Deciding on the player ranked 10th on this list was quite tough. Several others deserve consideration, including Boston's Peyton Pritchard, Philadelphia's Tyrese Maxey, Orlando's Chuma Okeke, Miami's Precious Achiuwa, Cleveland's Isaac Okoro, Houston's Jae'Sean Tate, and OKC's Theo Maledon. However, Lee has probably been the most surprising of them all in his relatively limited action to this point. Currently on a two-way contract with the Pistons, the 6'2" speedster out of Vanderbilt has scored in double figures in 4 of his first 15 NBA games, 2 of which were 20-plus point performances. Although three-point shooting was not a strength of his in college, Lee has made 4 of his 6 attempts from beyond the arc this season. Relentless at breaking down the defense and getting into the paint, the St. Louis native has the tools to evolve into a dynamic playmaker as he continues to mature. Number 9, Saddiq Bey. During the playoffs inside the Disney bubble last season, everyone was talking about how much Kentucky guys are exceeding expectations in the NBA. That's certainly true in many cases. Obviously, Devin Booker, Jamal Murray, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Tyler Herro have outperformed their draft slots. The same should be said of Villanova players, nearly all of whom are thriving in the league. In addition to 6-time All-Star Kyle Lowry, the 24th pick in 2006, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, and Eric Paschall, each taken 30 or lower in the years they were drafted, and 3 other former Villanova players making a big impact on their respective teams. All that selected higher, Michael Bridges and Dante DiVincenzo are playing well for their clubs. The latest Villanova product looking like he's about to play above expectations is Bey, who is averaging just a shade under 10 points per game while shooting 39.3% from three-point range. His best performance so far came on February 12th. At Boston, where he erupted for 30 points and made all 7 of his three-point tries. Number 8, Desmond Bane. Somewhat quietly, the Grizzlies have been getting back to that grit and grind mentality, which was their catchy slogan last decade when they featured Marc Gasol, Zach Randolph, Mike Conley, Tony Allen, and the rest of the stifling squad. One of Memphis' current players showing plenty of grit early in his career is Bane, the final pick of the first round in 2020, who was acquired by the Grizzlies from the Celtics. With his strong 6'5", 215-pound body and great instincts, Bane has the physical tools and persistence to be an elite defender in the NBA for a long time. He's also a reliable shooter from three-point distance, where he has made 44.3% of his attempts through 28 games. Number 7, Cole Anthony. Before suffering a rib injury on February 9th at Portland, some started adding Anthony into the ROYT mix. Having to jump into the starting lineup following Markelle Fultz's knee injury was a tough assignment for the 6'3", 190-pound guard. However, game after game, he began to look more comfortable. In those 17 starts, he averaged 12.1 points, 4.2 rebounds, and 3.9 assists, while shooting 37.1% from three-point range. A shining moment for the 20-year-old came on January 20th in Minnesota, where he buried a game-winning three-pointer at the buzzer. The Magic hope to have him back in action soon following the All-Star break. Number 6, James Wiseman. Many have said that if Wiseman played an entire college season, he would have been the number 1 overall pick, no questions asked. The fact that he appeared in only 3 games at the University of Memphis made some wonder whether he was worth taking in the top 5 altogether. The Warriors decided to grab him at number 2, and so far, even though some may say they should have taken LaMelo Ball, he's been rock solid. Sitting out for 11 games with a sprained left wrist was a bit of a setback for the 19-year-old, but overall he's produced in his 20.8 minutes per game. At the moment, he's averaging 11.8 points on 51% overall shooting and 37% three-point shooting. Number 5, Patrick Williams. A year ago at this time, many assumed Williams would be at best a mid-first round draft pick. He came off the bench at Florida State and didn't play huge minutes, so it was hard for talent evaluators to properly assess his potential. But as time elapsed and scouts were able to study his game more, it became apparent that he was worth taking much higher in the draft, which the Bulls happily did with their 4th overall pick in 2020. So far in his rookie campaign, although it's been overshadowed by Zach LaVine's truly extraordinary defensive production, Williams has looked very promising. He has all the tools to transform into an elite two-way player. It's going to take time for him with how raw and unpolished he is at the moment, but there's definitely been enough flashes early on to be excited about the 19-year-old's long-term outlook. Number 4, Immanuel Quickley. Probably the biggest surprise of this year's rookie class so far has been Quickley, who, although inconsistent, has had nights where he's arguably been New York's second-best player behind Julius Randle. Already 7 times he has scored over 20 points, including on January 24th at Portland, where he erupted for a career-high 31. His three-point shooting, which was his main strength while at Kentucky University, has greatly helped the Knicks stay in the playoff contention. Over the last 15 months, New York has shot 41.1% from downtown, the 4th best mark in the league over this span. The Knicks don't have a lot of threes, however, as they rank 29th for the season in attempts. Number 3, Anthony Edwards. The key for Edwards to mature into an all-star caliber player is becoming offensively efficient. In his one college season at the University of Georgia, he was very erratic, and that has carried over to the NBA so far. At the moment, the 6'4", 225-pounder is shooting just 37.1% from the field and 30.2% from three-point distance. He's getting plenty of opportunity to develop his offensive repertoire, however, as he leads all rookies in shot attempts by a fairly wide margin. A positive for him is that he's had no problem getting to the basket. About a third of his shots have come from less than 5 feet away from the hoop, where he's shooting 51%. Number 2, Tyrese Haliburton. What makes Haliburton so unique is his versatility. He's somewhat of a positionless player who can juggle various roles. We've seen him be effective playing alongside De'Aaron Fox, giving the Kings a dependable kickout option when Fox attacks the paint and collapses the defense. He is shooting a 46.3% on spot attempts and 48.4% on catch and shoot tries. His three-point shooting in general has been splendid, even with that awkward-looking release. Through 30 games, the 6'5", 185-pounder is shooting 43.3% from downtown. His high basketball IQ has also stood out, which makes him a trustworthy playmaker. Number 1, LaMelo Ball. The Rookie of the Year award is balls to lose at this point. He has certainly exceeded most people's expectations, even among those who thought he should have been the first overall pick. His pizzazz and creativity in the open court makes him one of the most entertaining players to watch. Probably the biggest surprise early in his career has been his fairly reliable three-point shooting. At the moment, the 6'6", 180-pound point guard is shooting 37.8% from three-point range. Impressive considering he shot just 25% from beyond the arc in his one season with the Illawarra Hawks in Australia. He's also not been a liability on defense like some projected. On January 9th against the Atlanta Hawks, he became the youngest player in NBA history at 19 years 140 days old to record a triple-double. Already he has 2 30-plus point scoring performances as well. That's going to do it for our video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.